Big Brothers Big Sisters exists to support kids from a variety of backgrounds in local communities who might be struggling to thrive in some area because of challenges that their family situation is facing, whether that be poverty, food insecurity, unstable housing. Family members, parents, guardians might be underemployed. And so they're working one or more jobs that prevent them from being around and spending a lot of time together during those critical development years. Big Brothers Big Sisters exists to recruit and train adult mentors to match and build a friendship with youth that are referred to the program for one of those reasons. And really through professional support of our staff, the partnership we build with the family, the child, and the volunteer mentor, who we call a BIG, we support them potentially up to 13 years. All together, we're working to provide the guidance and friendship and support to the child for them to reach whatever their best possible future is supposed to be. We have a little brother who turned 13 and got into some trouble with the law in the last year and was actually referred to a juvenile facility to receive some counseling and some inpatient type services. And while he was there, his big visited him and they had some conversation. And in the conversation, our little was talking about, he knows it's just a matter of time before he goes to jail or, he ends up down that kind of path. And his big asked him the question, why do you say that? And he's like, well, that's just what happens. That's what men do. They all go to jail. And through their conversation, they were able to unpack and realize that the big has never been to jail. No one in the Big's family has ever been to jail. And in that moment, our little brother realized that this was the first man in his life that he knew that did not have that experience. Because for him, his father, his grandfather, his uncles, his older brother had been or were incarcerated. The little brother realized that he may have a different path, that there might be something else out there for him. And that was just that different life experience, that different tidbit and insight into a world that might be different than the one that he's surrounded by. And that's really what it's all about. I mean, that was the day that he realized there might be more for him. He's doing well and he's transitioned back into regular life, back into regular schooling. We provided resources around different activities they could do online. We've really instituted kind of a bi-weekly series of resources and tips ideas for them to engage in. We have had to modify our recruitment strategies. So because we typically present in person to large groups, we've had to change that whole recruitment strategy and look at all the different ways that we could still talk about the program and engage community members, because we have still been making matches throughout all this time. And I think the biggest change for us happened with our school-based program. We identified a plan of how we could safely carry out our school-based program for the year and designed what that program would look like. So we took our plan to the schools and said, here's what we can do this year. What do you need from us in order to make that happen? And so we worked with a few of our key donors to fund some of the unbudgeted expenses, which included really purchasing devices that had cellular service to ensure that no matter where the child was learning, or where the big was, because we had bigs that didn't have the technology either, that we were able to keep them connected. United Way funding is an important piece of the dollars that support staff that provide direct services to our kids in the community. United Way funds program. And so since the majority of work that we do is around professional degreed staff that support kids and families, that funding helps ensure that we always have the staffing we need and the resources available to carry out pieces of those programs. Our website is a great place to start. You can learn about becoming a big, enrolling your child, You can find out about our special events or even getting involved in some of our committees or our board of directors. Our website is made up of the initials of our agency, so BBBSSC.org. Lots of information there. You can reach out to specific staff directly, read a little bit about the fun activities we have going on for matches, get yourself started in the enrollment process, and more.